Okay, people. So we have a new joint from Signature. It is an Australian drama romance music film, and it's called Seriously Red. Okay, so it's from director Gracie Otto, and it's written by Krew Boylan. The film is produced by Sonia Barella, Robin Kershaw, and Timothy White. It's executive produced by Ying Ye, Simone White, uh, Deanna Weir, Stephen Sharkus, David Rod, Josh Peranza, Joel Perman, John Partridge, Lisa Ozello, Danny Nozel, DJ McPherson, Rob McKay, Michelle Kroom, Olivia Humphrey, Claire Answorth Hirschnor, Gary Hamilton, Karina Frazier, Jack Christian, Rose Bryan, James Brown, Rob Bolan, Haley Bailey, and Jenny Answorth. It is Jessica Carrera also produced the film. And Lois Randall co-produced. Cesare Skabaziski handled the music. Toby Oliver on cinematography. Kate Hickey and Deborah Burt edited the joint. Penny Southgate was on production design. Art direction was Karen Ballantyne and Matty Croker. Costume design was Tim Chappell. Hair and makeup, we had Fiona Willard, Desiree Vogelosgang, Natalie Stanfield, Luke Sipple, Cassie Hanlon, Anna Gray, and Karen Flewell Smith. Our cast, well, we have got Krew Boylan. She plays Red. We have got Frances, played by Thomas Campbell. That's her best friend. Then there is her grandpa, played by Tony Barry. There is Wilson, played by Bobby Carnival. We got Teeth, played by Celeste Barber. EP, played by Rose Bryan. Kenny, played by Daniel Webber. We got Forbes, played by Todd Lassance. Viv, played by Gene Kitson. Lionel, played by Wayne Blair. Veronica, played by Sarah Sue. George Michael, played by Dustin Clare. Tom Blair McDonnell. Danny Minogue's there. We have Taylor Swift, played by Jonathan Walsh. Betty, played by Sophia Forrest. Martini McFly, played by Kaki Connors. A young version of Red is played by India Donahue. Doc Nell is played by Nell Campbell. We've got Elton John, played by Gregory Andrew. Freddie Mercury, played by John Blunt. Madonna, played by Venus Amore. Okay. There's a lot of other drag acts and whatnot here, but that's probably our main lot. Now, the gist of the film is this. So, Red is at a crossroads in her life. A vicarious and hilarious red haired woman grappling with high expectations and low self esteem. She pours herself a cup of ambition and trades her 9 to 5 career in real estate for a life under the spotlight as Dolly Parton. After misreading her work party's dress code, Red tumbles out of bed into a new world of tribute artists and impersonators. In her wild and messy journey that includes romancing Kenny Rogers' impersonator, Red has to lose herself in order to find herself. So that's the film. And this one, right? I mean, I thought it might be a musical. I'm glad it was not. There are some songs, but nothing too crazy, which is always a good thing in my book. It's, I don't know, man. It's an odd film, right? I found it an odd film because I felt that there was all of this potential to take us on this journey, right? Of someone trying to find real happiness. But I just don't think it went far enough. I think it skirted around the edges, you know? Because we have this woman who's, for whatever reason, right? I don't think we really get why she loves Dolly Parton, right? Or quoting her all the time and all of that jazz. So she loves Dolly Parton and she likes to have fun. Now, we don't really know why she doesn't seem to like herself because, you know, like the whole breast thing, only one person seems to say something, right? And it's not like it's a creep. You know what I mean? Like, so we don't really see the struggle there. And then she just falls into this whole Dolly thing. Like the makeup thing is weird because she's a girl, she wears makeup. So it was just bizarre that she didn't really seem to know how to put up makeup properly. Right? But she is wearing makeup earlier on in the film. So you're just like, oh, I don't really understand what's going on here. But anyway, right? So we have all of this going down. And I don't know. It's fine, but yeah, again, it's we have this whole crutch situation, which just seems to come out of the blue, right? And so it's like, what do you actually want to do? Right? Because it's not like at the start she's like, I want to be a impersonator. I want to do this. Like we don't really see anything. And then suddenly she's doing this thing, and now she really wants. This is what she wants to do, right? But it's not like she's great at it. This is the big thing. It's just these random things that kind of get thrown together, and then we're meant to go with it, right? But it's like she says at times that she's about being herself and the honesty of it all. But then it's living life as Dolly Parton, which you're like, but why? Why would she do this thing? Like she says she doesn't get this thing done for anyone else but her, but seems hurt that people aren't like, oh my God, right? But then we don't explore those emotions. We kind of tiptoe around these things. We touch upon it on surface level, but we never go into any real depth. And I think the strength would have been in the depth here. You know, that's where I feel this would be, like the relationship with her mother, like the relationship with her best friend, just all of these things going into actual depth would have really just propelled this film, right? The whole Kenny situation, again, like going into it, like he touches upon some stuff, but it's all just, oh, this happened, so this is what I do. And it's like, okay, but what else is there? There is more to that. It's not just that, you know? And that's what just felt very it just made it feel very flat, right? It is, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, right? Because I think when we see her peeing outside, like that kind of just set the tone. It set the tone for things. And you just were like, I don't think this is going to deliver on what I want. I don't think right? Even at the end, it goes to a place where you're like, okay, but how do you get there? Right? We're meant to believe that from that to that, right? And it wasn't even well, this is starting out. It's like, boom, no, we're going into this thing, right? And that, I think that's the thing that kills it. It's just like, well, all of these things take time to build. And to try and claim like this huge success and all of this out of nowhere, right? Because it's like finding self-esteem isn't just, it's like a light switch. It's there. That's a journey in itself. And we don't see these journeys, right? We don't see these journeys. That is just the thing that I just was disappointed, right? You've got Wilson, and with this character, he's doing all of his stuff, and then he drops this knowledge at one point, and you're just like, okay, why isn't he dropping it with anyone else? Right? Why is he even doing this thing if that's his view on it? Right? So that's another thing to go into, and we just don't. Man, it felt like there was so much fertile soil here that just does not get sowed, which a real shame. It's a real shame. Like, it's not like, we got terrible performances or anything like that. I just feel we have a story that isn't fully utilized, you know? Now, I'm sure it's going to work for plenty of people, right? I'm sure it will. It just doesn't, man, I was just wanting more. That's it. I was just wanting more. Right. But if you like, it's trying to think of something that which this kind of resembles, but you've got this whole karaoke drag kind of thing. So, I mean, you kind of think was it Wing Fong 2? You know what I mean? That one with like Patrick Swayze and Wesley Snipes and all them peoples. Right? There's an element of that, I feel. Yeah, I can't, there's so many films, right? So many films. But yeah, if you enjoy a kind of a campy, just randomish romp, then Seriously Red could very well be the film for you. It drops on Monday, people. So yeah, there you go.